Okay. Okay. So we can find out the failed tests here. Cross-browser testing, right? So here. Okay. So Edge browser, they were failing.
I've been there. See? I finished it. Oh, you did not find the subs. I finished multiplication. When did you say your foil? What did you do?
Let's run this.
15. In 16, I can be put a late. I know it's clean. It's the child it's the oops.
It's running now, but we want to run all the browsers, right? So individual browser, no issue for us. So only when you're running multiple browsers, we need to. Yeah, so this is fine. So let's run on cross browser. Cross browser testing. Let's run this cross browser first. Think it's running.
They're not allowed today. We are going to work. So I thought so.
Firefox. This time Firefox is giving us trouble. So this is the one challenge for us always. Feed pop-up failed. Session not created. Okay. So you know, right? Session not created exception. If you get, how to solve that?
What's your dance number?
So we need to write the browser path. Basically, if you write a browser path, then it will be this session not created exception. So we need to go to the so this one. It's not launching. So we have to include wherever the Firefox browser is there. This one, right? Google sessions. This path we need to provide.
Wait. Laser, put laser.
Okay. This time it should go fine.
Okay.
This one, why it failed? Insertion error. Oh, okay. So the time is
Which lever? Let's go again. No,
right.
No.
Let's run. So we have to fix all this. These are the challenges in the when you're running cross-browser testing. So they won't run properly. Those things we have to run it. Now all are good, right? So no failures. This is how you need to see that, but you have to run multiple times when you are running on cross-browser testing. One of the challenge you can tell, one browser it may pass, it may fail in another browsers. That no exceptions or issues you need to see in the logs and fix them and run multiple times. Make sure it is stabilized. Then only you can push the code to GitHub. Otherwise, we cannot push the code to repository. That's very important. So that is the how to run parallel execution and cross-browser testing. Any questions here?
No, Rameshi.
Okay. Yeah. So after this, we are done with the TestNG. There is a last topic pending, that is actions class. So actions class is basically it will give you another extra feature for us to interact with the web page elements using keyboard and mouse actions, like keyboard keys and mouse actions. If you want to do on the web page elements, then the actions class is the one which really helps us. So let's see what are all the actions class methods. So actions class methods. So actions class methods we need to see. So this is the actions class, which is available in the org.opencare.selenium.interactions. This package, you can find this class. And if you want to use any of these methods, you should create object for this class, then pass the driver object as a reference. So to the constructor, basically parameterized constructor you have to use. So basically you have to use parameterized constructor. So first method is click method. Let me show you here also Selenium.dev website. So you have to find out interactions package, right? So interactions. So you can find actions class here. Go to actions class. You can see here click method. So click method without parameters, it clicks at the current mouse location. So where the mouse is there it will perform the click action. Click web element target. So it is going to perform the click action. So on this given element. So click and hold. So click and hold, basically it clicks without releasing at the current mouse location. So it won't release the mouse. So click and hold web element target. Clicks without releasing at the given element. So that means when you want to release you need to call, there is a release method is there. You can use release method. If you use click and hold without parameters, you need to use this release method. If you use click and hold with parameters, you have to use release method with the web element. So this is the web element, and click and hold you have to use. So click and hold it, just left mouse button, it will press, it won't release. If you want to release, you have to call these methods. And then we have context click. If you want to perform the right click operation like this, so you need to call context click. So context click performs the right click operation at the current mouse location. Where the mouse is there it will perform the right click operation. Context click of web element target. So it will perform the right click operation on this element. So then double click web element target. See, these are all overloaded methods, right? Method name same, but parameters are different. So that's why this is, so you can give examples if they ask you method overloading, and this actions class is one of the best example. So this class, every method is overloaded. Drag and drop. So drag and drop, you want to drag this source into target, then you will use a drag and drop. So a convenient method which performs the click and hold on the source element and moves to the target, then release the mouse there. That's a drag and drop. So drag and drop by web element source into x coordinate into y coordinate. Basically, source you can move to the given x and y coordinate point location. That's a drag and drop by. So get active keyboard, get active pointer. So these are the, if you want to get the, so keyboard, and you can use this pointer, you can get active wheel means this mouse wheel, that you can get it. So key down. So key down means you want to press the particular key from the keyboard. So it won't release, just press, that's it. And key down web element key. That means on this element, you can press this key. So that's a key down. See, key down again, overload. Key up. So key up web element target and key. So basically when you use key down, you have to call key up to release that key. So you should not use release method, but here this is for keys. So key down will press the key. If you call the key up, then only that key will be released. Otherwise the key won't be released. So that's a very important. You have to understand key down. If you call, once your action is done, then key up you need to call to release that key. So move by offset. So into x coordinate, into y coordinate. So that means you can move from current location to this given xy coordinate position, the mouse will move. That's a move by offset. And most important one, move to element. So you can move your cursor to a particular element. So it won't perform the click action. It will just move the mouse pointer to that element. Basically, if you have a menus, we need to just mouse over there. That mouse over is done by this move to element. So handling the menus also can be done with the move to element method only. So first you have to move mouse over there, then menu will open, again mouse over another submenu element, then another submenu will open, mouse over, then click it. The final submenu element, you will click it last. So that is this move to element method. So move to element method you will use. So like this is the mostly for handling the menus, and moving the cursor to particular position, you can use this move to element method. And move to element, even you can move the x and y coordinates of this element. Move to location. So this one. And one more very important method, scroll by amount. Scroll to element. This is the very important. You want to scroll for particular element, then you can use scroll to element. So that is the new method they have added. So you can scroll for the element we are going to have one more JavaScript method, but you can directly call this scroll to element method. Next, send keys. You want to send the keys to the active element. You can call send keys method. Send keys web element, target, character, sequence. So even you can send the keys to this web element and different multiple keys you can send it. So remember, when you are putting 3 dots means multiple parameters you can write, multiple arguments you can supply to this. That's the, whenever 3 dots are there, that's our optional arguments. So that means you can write many. You can write many. That's the meaning of this 3 dots means optional arguments. So that's the main important methods. One is click method, click and hold, context click. So the question they will ask, how can you perform the right click operation? So the answer is using context click method. So how can you handle menus? Using move to element method. And how can you perform drag and drop actions? You can do with the drag and drop method. Okay, so drag and drop method you can use if you know the source and target, both elements if you know. And another thing, drag and drop by, you know the source, x and y coordinate basis, you can do that. That's a drag and drop by. So that is the drag and drop. These are the methods widely we will use. And one more last method, build method. So build method is, see, this method returns action interface. So all these methods returning the action object only, actions class object only. But this method is returning action interface. So that means when you can use this build method is whenever you want to do many actions on the same element, or you are performing multiple actions, you want to trigger those actions. That means just you want to start those actions, you will call build. So then the build will generate a composite action. All the actions methods will be triggered. If you want to finish any action, you have to call perform method. This is the very, very important. Every method after, you have to call perform method to finish the action. Every method after, you have to chain this method. So any method you call, you have to chain this perform method. Okay, remember? So how to use all these methods? First, you have to create object for actions class. This constructor you have to use. And the actions object dot any method you call, then dot perform method you must call for every method after. So you want to finish the action means, so the action method dot perform method, then your action will be successfully finished. Is this clear?
Yes, Ram. Yes.
So let's go and see the programs. One by one program we'll see and we'll practice. So let me explain first. So you can say jQuery UI.com. So here you have a draggable, and you can use this. See, you know only source right here. You want to move here and there. So that means X and Y coordinate basis you have to give. that you need to use a drag and drop by method, but this is inside the iframe. So that means first you have to switch to the iframe, then identify this element, then create object for actions class, then actions object dot, and identify this element, then drag and drop by method you call. Source element you know, and x coordinate, y coordinate, you give how much you want to move. You can give x and y coordinates. So that is the how you can use drag and drop by method. So otherwise you can use drag and drop by method is a combination of 3 methods. Remember, see manually what you are doing, observe that. I am click and holding, then moving, right? So moving means you have to use move to element. Or now you have to use move by offset here. You are moving this element to XY coordinate basis. So move by offset you have to use. Then you have to release there. So that means 3 methods here. Click and hold, move by offset, release methods. These 3 methods combination is drag and drop by method. So there is one more. So you understand the sequence what we need to do. So we have to switch to this internal frame, identify this element, then create object for actions class, then actions dot, click and hold this element, dot perform you need to write. Then action object dot move by offset, x and y coordinates you go dot perform. Then action object dot release method dot perform. So dot perform is common for all the methods. Otherwise, simple one method you can use, that is drag and drop by method. Action dot drag and drop by the arguments you pass. Arguments, 3 arguments, right? One is a source element, comma, x coordinate, comma, y coordinate, then dot perform method. You have to call direct method. You can use direct method also. And one more program. So second program. See, you know the source, you know the target. This source you need to drop here. So that means first what you will do, you will click and hold this one, right? Then you will move to element. You are moving to target. Then release there. So here also 3 methods. One is a click and hold, move to element, release. Otherwise, single method, drag and drop. You know source element, you know target element. So simple. Okay, so let's go and write these programs, and then we can run them. So in a separate actions class, actions TestNG.xml, we'll create it. Okay, any questions here? So easy, right? These methods. Are you clear?
Yes. Yeah.
So let's go and see these methods. I'll just take from here. So easy methods. That's why I don't want to spend much time here. Just explanation is enough for this. Okay. So drag and drop test, let me explain you this. So the steps, whatever I explained, those steps only, more than enough. See that. Again, this is the global variables, driver and weight. And the browser, so I'm just passing the browser value. If browser equal to, so Chrome, then Chrome browser you launch. If browser equal to Firefox, launch the Firefox browser. If browser equals to Edge, launch the Edge driver. So maximize the window, and so implicit weight and weight object you create. That's what. So this after class, just close the browser. Now, main test case, see that at the test, drag and drop test. So driver dot get droppable. So this is the droppable direct URL I have given this entire URL I have given. So that URL. And so then I'm waiting for the page title and assertion we are using. Assert dot assert equals. So remember JUnit assertions class. In TestNG, assert class. Methods are same here and there. The class names are different. So please remember that. So this one is org.testng, that is org.JUnit. So that's it. See, you can see org.testng.assert class. So this assert class has all static methods, right? Class name dot static method, right? We can call like that. So that's how we are writing assertions with the assert class. Then I am identifying the iframe. So I told you, as I mentioned, this is iframe. Inside these elements are there. If you want to identify any of the elements inside the iframe, first step is identify the iframe, then switch to that iframe. So that's a very simple step. That's what I'm doing here. So I'm identifying, then switch to that driver dot, switch to method dot frame of iframe element, this iframe element. So then identify the source element. So web element source equal to driver dot find element by dot id draggable. So web element target equal to driver dot find element by dot id droppable. So we have a source element, we have a target element, both identified. Now create object for actions class. Actions act equal to new actions of driver. And then so act dot drag and drop. See, drag and drop method you have to pass source element and target element. See, after that you are chaining the perform method. So every action method after, so you need to call perform method. Why we need to call perform method? To successfully finish this action, this perform method is mandatory. Perform method will do that. The successful drag and drop is done by perform method. So basically, perform method will finish that action successfully. That's the perform method purpose. See now, otherwise this is the direct method. Otherwise you can use, see, act dot click and hold source dot perform. Just you're click and holding on the source. Now you need to, second step, you need to move, right? Act dot move to element on the target dot perform. Then you need to release. So you move to the target. You need to release that in the target place. So act dot release perform method. See, perform everywhere we are calling. You are chaining the perform method for each action class method. Thread dot set. So let's create this. Right. Let me create a actions class TestNG. So actions suit. So and I'll give this give actions testng.xml. Click on, see this actions testng.xml is created, and you can give parameter. We need to give parameter, right? So one parameter. So browser, whichever the browser you want. So I can give Edge. It's up to you. I'm just giving one. You can take up any browser. The drag and drop test will execute there. See, that's it. Closed. Now I want to, instead of drag and drop, I want to try with, so this one, Control Shift backward slash. So that for commenting multiple lines, Control Shift forward slash shortcut, okay? To uncomment that, Control-Shift/. Okay, so that's, remember those shortcuts. Right click, run as TestNG test. See, all three methods I'm using. So three methods combination is a drag and drop. Same. So they simplified basically. So that's the drag and drop methods, how to use. So let's see drag and drop by. So this is also similar code, no change, only method is changing. And the methods, so you need to change. Here it is. So driver.get, so draggable, and page verification. So identify the iframe, and then using class name locator we are using, and then so you can switch to that iframe. Then identify the source element. So there is ID, and actions class object you create. Act dot drag and drop by source. I'm just giving approximately x and y coordinates, how much I want to move. I'm just giving approximately this dot perform method. So remaining everything similar. Okay, so we need to include this class, right? This class I want to include here. So in the actions class. So how to include class? So you write first package name, that is TestNG programs dot this one. You can run both, or you, so if you don't want this, you can comment out. How to comment out the XML tags? See this one. You can write this one if you want. So that's a commenting out. So that means this won't run, only this will run. So right click, run as TestNG. See, it moved, right? It was on the top, it moved. Say one more, I will use this, I'll comment out direct method, I'll take up these things. So Control-Shift/. So see here, so there we used a click move by offset, here we are using. In this we use move to element, right? That's a difference. So this x coordinate and y coordinate you need to provide, right? That how can you supply? With the move by offset method. So move by offset this, so 130 or 1, whatever, this one also you can give. Then release that one. So that's it. This is the how you can do easy. So three methods. Generally people won't use this, right? Because you have single method, why we need to use this one? So people always use this one only. But I'm just showing all the methods demo basically. So now right click and run that. See, it moved already. That's it. Okay, so any questions here? So easy. So maybe you can try these programs in here. So you have one more, but if you want to here only you can practice, otherwise Heroku app website is there, right? For us, Heroku app is the internet Heroku app. Here also you have same, see drag and drop. You can try this also, right? You can try this also, and drag and drop by also there. Context menu is there. You can just right click here. You selected a context menu. So like this. So this is the, so all the scenarios are available here. You can practice in this website. So you don't need to go anywhere. So everything you will, here it is available. So you can practice all the scenarios in this website. Okay. And let's join back, and we'll see next program, how to handle menus and how to, so see different options, other programs. So we have seen drag and drop by, click and hold, move to element, release method, and perform method. And another case we have seen click and hold, move by offset, release method. So these are the methods we learned, drag and drop by. So almost we learned so 2 and 6 methods we learned, 6, 7 methods, perform method also we learned, right? 7 methods of actions class, we know how to use them. Let's join back and I'll show you move to element, how to handle menus. If there are menus, how can we handle them? So that we'll see. Okay. Yeah.